What's going on YouTube? Team StarCraft here, bringing you another 3v3 game played on ladder the other day with me and Spec. A little bit of, don't want to spoil it, but the title's probably going to be something with Ravens. So this game, there's going to be some Raven shenanigans. I'll get to that in a bit, but let me introduce our players. So, we are on the hills of Peshkob. On the top team, we are playing with Spec spawning as the Red Terran today. Our teammate is Tianzi, the Teal Zerg. And I am playing here as the Blue Terran in the right hand corner. Today we are up against none other than GGU2Easy, no 2. Playing as the Purple Terran and the line, playing as the Yellow Zerg. And their partner on the Forbidden Island is SKP, the Orange Protoss, a simple name, I love it. So this map, the Hills of Peshkob, and for those of you who don't know, it's a 3v3 style map. Two players will spawn together with the same base and only one ramp to defend it. Relatively easy expansions down here and here. And then as you go out, you expand closer towards your opponent, and these other expansions are a little bit more open and harder to secure. But in the 3v3, you have one ally who spawns kind of in his own little area, like Spec is today. He's here by himself. He's got expansion here with a pretty big ramp to defend, and then a relatively easy access to a gold base. Now, he's a bit out of position for the enemy team unless they decide they want to rush one side, but it is a long walking distance and doesn't really happen too much. Already we got SKP here with some shenanigans taking Spec's gas, blocking him from that 2-base gas Banshee play, the Terran shenanigans. So anyways, probe going around, going to scout the other bases. Meanwhile, we have Tianzi playing it standard, going for an expansion first before pool. Shredded me going for gas this game, which is surprising. Lately, I've been on the binge of just going straight for CC first, but I think I'm opting to open up with some Hellions this game just in case they decide to rush, so I can help Spec out or anybody else. SKP probe at the front, SCV on the probe, going down factory for me right now. Probe going in, and it looks like he is going to take my gas as well. I don't really know what the thought process is behind him. Typically, if you're going to take somebody's gas, it would be, an opposing Protoss to prevent you, like maybe an Oracle or DT, but, you don't really see much one-base Terran double gas play. Actually, you hardly ever see it. If someone does it, it's for some gimpy Banshee strategy or something, I don't even know. Anyways, other team, we do have the line guy going for a quick expansion to the goal before even taking his regular, trying to be a little ninja. We'll see how that works out for him. Throwing down his Baneling Nest as well. And we do have no 2 going for 2 barracks off one base, already getting the reactor down, pumping out Reapers. Nope, he was doing 2 Reapers. He decided to go for 1 instead. Maybe he doesn't have enough gas to support. He does have 100. He was probably saving it for a factory or something like that. No, did he change his mind? Where did that gas go? Okay, anyways, we do have... Oh, he built a proxy factory on Spec's side of the map. Cheesy boy. Decided to produce Widow Mines, but this has been scouted by Spec thanks to that depot right there. And he is still going to try to build it. He's dedicated. He wants those Widow Mines out. He wants to burrow them, but there's 3 Marines here. I don't even think he'll be able to burrow in time. The Marines should be able to snipe out that Widow Mine before it even has a chance. Widow Mine go in, trying to burrow down. Marines immediately firing the Widow Mine, and the Widow Mine does manage to burrow in time, getting 1 SCV kill, but the Marines are still here, and they are going straight for that factory. And it's going to be a while before that Widow Mine has another shot that can shoot off. Probably saving up a scan. Let's drop a scan now, gets rid of that Widow Mine. Going straight for that factory. No2's going to lose his factory for pretty much no reason. The sign will lift it off, but it's a little bit too late now. Factory's already on fire and in the red zone, and it is going to burn. And that was not a worthy investment. Sending his Reaper to try to give some backup. Maybe that was a blunder. But that Reaper gets sniped out for free, and Spec is alive with this 2 factory, 1 base play in the SKP assimilator. Meanwhile, back at home, I am finally dealing with that assimilator, getting out some Hellions, getting the expansion down as well, and dropping an engineering bay. Tianzi macking up a little bit, has had his roach worn out, a couple gases. Oh, actually, excuse me, 3rd command center on the way for me. Greedy play, but this game, you know what? I already have a plan in mind. My plan is I'm going to open up a bunch of Hellions, use them for my mineral dump, and tech up to get some Ravens, because I haven't used Ravens in a long time. So I'm just going to have some fun and see how it goes. Hellions moving down the map. do get the snipe on the Zergling there that was scouting out the entrance of the base. Moving across and going straight for the tower, clearing out the Zergling, getting ready to go to the main base. Well, let's switch to my view. Going in, about to go, and then I noticed, like, what? There's a creep over here. Why is there a creep here? And I'm like, does he have 3 bases? But nope, he has that gold base. Unfortunately, the hidden base doesn't work too well when you're Zerg because your creep kind of just spreads on the way. And you drop that creep tumor down, which probably wasn't smart. Who knows how long it would have been before we found this gold base, to be honest. But Hellions doing some good damage. Do get the snipe on the Queen. Only one spine crawler here. Not going to be enough to thwart these Hellions away. And they do get all the drones, but Hellions going by, and oh, the Banelings come down the ramp at the right time and get some amazing connects. Losing over half the Hellions there. That hurt me a little bit. I got kicked in the groin on that one. Ain't gonna lie. So I'm telling my teammate Tianzi, use your roaches, go to that gold base and finish it off. There was nothing there that we had seen, but it seems that line guy has built some roaches of his own to come down and defend and decided to finally take his original natural at this point. Meanwhile, got the Terran army moving down. He does have 3 barracks on one base, trying to get the stim pack before his expansion. Does load up in the dropship and then unload in the dropship. Not sure what he's up to. He didn't want to take that Reaper. Dropship going to be moving out, trying to do a little bit of harassment, boosting to get out of there. Going to be going to the other side of the map. Meanwhile, we do have SKP taking his base, and he has opted for Stargate play. There are Void Rays out on the map. No, this is triple Oracle, excuse me. There are 3 Oracles out on the map. Meanwhile, some Roaches coming here over to try to pressure, but there's some Roaches here that should keep these Zerglings at bay. And these Oracles are going into the spec base. Oh, I don't know if he has enough for this. Turret's not up yet. Oh man, he did have a Widow Mine down. Does manage to snipe 1 Oracle, but unfortunately they're still going to get some good kills. Going for the Widow Mine, changing his mind. He needs to be targeting these SCVs, not really microing the best, but instead going straight into the pile of Marines and losing all 3 of his Oracles. Wow. He could have, Spec could have taken some serious damage. SKP not microing the best at all. Not microing well at all. He could have just destroyed those SCVs, be it just focused fire a little bit. But it's okay, he's switching into some Void Ray play now. Meanwhile, we do have Line Guy spreading the creep, getting his gold base saturated, expansion up for him, probably going to be macroing up here a little bit, trying to spread that creep train all the way to the other side of the map. Tianzi with the big roach ball. And the 4th command center coming down for me. A couple more factories to macro the Hellions up, and should be trying to transition into the Ravens as soon as I get these next gases going here pretty soon. And we have Spec here going for his mech, Spec mech, a couple of Widow Mines burrowed down, a little bit of tank spread. Now it's always funny watching Spec play because he'll do ridiculous things like get 2 factories while still on 1 base, which is, unless you're just getting non-stop Hellions, pretty dumb. You don't have the gas to support it. But don't tell him I said that. And he probably won't watch this video anyways. So anyway, Spec D'ing up, putting some Widow Mines on the perimeters. Meanwhile, I'm taking the gold base now, and I'm going to try to get these gases up to get out some Ravens, because that was my goal this game. I just want to get some Ravens and mess around. There's some auto turrets down and some Seeker missiles and have some fun. Tianzi saying it is time, let's go. I'm trying to repair those hurt Hellions, and then we're going to go and push across the map, see if we can do some damage to this gold base. Gold base getting saturated, taking the gases, should be throwing down some starports here pretty soon. We do have Yellow Iron Guy spreading that creep, and it is all the way to the other side of the base right now. Gold base getting saturated, starting to take his gases. Purple getting his expo up as well, taking his 3rd expansion, going out with another drop to try to make some harassment happen. I didn't notice the other drop. I don't know if it actually ended up coming to our side or if we just cleaned it up easily, but we do have the Hellions moving out. Blue Flame has just finished, couple Roaches coming. Hellions on the side, moving in, killing these creep tomers. But there's too many Roaches here for Tianzi. They should be able to take out the Roaches for yellow. We have the Hellions coming in, getting some good drone kills with the Bio Army coming in from the back. The Hellions trying to get out of position to let the Roaches tank. Roaches destroying all the other Roaches here, and this gold base should fall with the Bio coming in from the side, but the Hellions coming around the back. Decided not go for this army and trying to just go in and see how many workers I can kill instead. Going straight here, finding the workers when they're moving. The workers sent to attack the Hellions. Not a good plan for Line Guy. If all the workers do go down, Hellion's going to run into the main base and just try to get as many worker kills as possible. Meanwhile, we have the Bio Army stimming, trying to get there as quick, but he's going to lose some SCVs, taking a couple there, a couple burning, but they get it funneled through the building, then unfortunately don't get the rest of the SCVs. Node 2 does manage to keep a lot of his SCVs alive, but he did lose a decent chunk to those Hellions, and they did stall some time from the counter push. Gold base still up for Line Guy. Meanwhile, behind this we do have the 4th base Planetary coming down. The gases are saturated, or will be shortly. We do have Spec getting ready to take a 3rd base someday. He's right now 5 factory, 2 basing it. He can't do that, he needs bases. Don't tell him I said that. These Tianzi's roaches here back into the Planetary Fortress. A couple more Hellions rallying in. And where are the starports? Oh, gas is getting saturated. Starport should hopefully be dropping pretty soon. Have been pooling the gas, saving up for the Ravens, but we're actually a little low on minerals right now to throw down the production. And nothing to calm before the storm right now. Both sides macering up a little bit. Line Guy trying to get his gold base saturated. You know, looking back on it, these guys they weren't really too good. But for some reason we almost lost. It's because I jacked around and went for Ravens. Don't tell him. Anyways, we have Tianzi moving his roaches back. Did I miss a little bit of aggression back here? He moved the roaches up for something. Not sure what happened. SKP massing up the Void Force with the cannoned out base. Just having a drink here. Good old drink of sparkling water. Now, I quit drinking soda a couple months ago, and I feel so much better. But sometimes I just want that fizzy taste. So I drink sparkling water now. And it's delightful. Anyways, throwing down massive turret wall because I know those Void Rays are out on the map and I don't want them to come in and snipe this gold base out. But unfortunately, it may be just a little bit too late. It seems the Void Rays are here. And they are moving in, and they are going to destroy these turrets before they finish. But he decides to back out, giving a couple more time for turrets to finish. But Void Rays are ridiculously good against Static V, and these missile turrets should be falling, trying to repair some of the SCVs, but unable to get us around on the missile turrets. And these Void Rays are just destroying. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't have anything for this. All I have is Hellions, so I'm just going to run them by and just try to send them to the main base of the Protoss. They can pull his Void Rays home. Meanwhile, the starports have been thrown down by now, but I haven't got any Ravens yet. Planetary Fortress is going to miss a miserable defeat. Hellions trying to spread them off and go for both bases. Does have some cannons here, decides to micro these Hellions to the side. Other Hellions go to the main. Do get the workers for the expansion, thankfully. Zerg trying to defend his teammate. A couple Hellions going up here, but fortunately too many cannons to kill the workers, but it does distract the Protoss just for a little bit. Spec maybe those Widow Mines here trying to catch these Void Rays off guard, and we do have a fight. The Terran pushed in, fighting against our Zerg Tianzi on the side. 4th base has been lost, but the Ravens are finally here. The moment of truth, guys. The Ravens. It's what we've been waiting for. And we'll see what they can get done. We do have the Void Rays just hanging out. Tianzi taking another base way on the other side of the map, telling Spec to burrow those Widow Mines because there's an observer and he can see them unburrowed. Void Rays moving in. Deciding to still go for it. He doesn't know how deadly Widow Mines are. He shouldn't be here. And Widow Mine shots going off. Going to be taking out a massive chunk of Void Rays. Actually, no. A lot of those Widow Mines just got killed for nothing. A scan would have helped so much to get rid of them, but we have more Widow Mines trying to burrow down. A couple good shots should be going off, and most of these Void Rays hurt, but I think the Void Rays actually outrange the Widow Mines just enough. Widow Mine fire range must be about 5, because I was sure that all those Widow Mines should have fired off. A good play for his SKP. Does manage to take out some of those Widow Mines. Observer here, unfortunately, still seeing everything that's going on. Widow Mines moving up a little bit, trying to chase these Void Rays off. We do have the 4th base going back up for me. Macering up, getting the Ravens out. Widow Mines do get on top of the Void Rays, but not enough Widow Mines. I think... Did he lose all those Widow Mines? I think he tried to burrow them all in there, but ended up losing those. So Missile Turret getting some shots off. A little bit of Void Rays here, but there is a Marine scouting the Ravens, and they won't see it. A couple of Void Rays here trying to be annoying, go back in for that base, but the Ravens here are going to scare that off. We do have the Zerg taking another base. Double gold for the Zerg and 3 base on the Terrans. Meanwhile, Tianzi is struggling a little bit to get his 3rd base going. He does have one over here, but it is about 2 seconds from getting sniped out by those Void Rays. and that hatch is going to fall. There's nothing to protect it. Trying to throw up a spore crawler, but just not having enough time. Tianzi moving his whole army out, but meanwhile, the yellow Zerg is coming in to snipe out his planetary fortress. We do have Seeker missiles going down, but pretty good micro for Line Guy. Going to be splitting up an army, and the Seeker missiles don't do too much damage at all. Seeker missiles are not good against people who micro, unfortunately, but I still don't care. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going to stay on the Raven take. And we do have the Terran moving in from the side. Zerg army's out of position, and this is a pretty scary army to fight. A couple more Seeker missiles going down for the Ravens and trying to get out of there. Not microing his Zerg troops this time. Actually, he does micro a little bit, and they don't get connects off, but the Zerg army's back home, and the other Zerg army is divided from the Terran army. He's decided to pull back. Meanwhile, this Zerg is going for broke. Deciding to throw down some auto turrets instead to try to deal with this. But these Seeker missiles haven't been cutting it too well. And throwing down the auto turrets. Meanwhile, we do have the yellow Zerg throwing more troops at this other expansion, being very, very annoying. Purple Terran standing, holding the line right here. Do manage to clean up the Zerg army that was in our base, and we do have Spec pushing out with a couple of Widow Mines trying to keep the Void Rays locked down. Do manage to lift this command center up in time, bringing the Ravens back around and deciding to make a couple more Hellbats to help buffer this too, and bringing the Hellbats to the front. Hellbats and auto turrets are going to fight the swarm off and do manage to send this army back home. We need that 4th base. Ravens on 3 base is not really viable. You need that gas. So I'm going to try and get that gas going one more time. Meanwhile, we do have the tanks here sieging up Tianzi's base, moving the tank line forward slowly. Do have a couple Hellbats and Ravens. And GG U2 Easy Guy is going to destroy Tianzi's base, keeping him on 2 base Zerg. We do have Spec moving out on the other side of the map, trying to put some pressure on the Protoss. Yellow still being annoying, has a drone here attacking missile turrets, and we do throw off more Seeker missiles, and these are some solid hits. GG is not as good as microing as his Zerg ally, and does take a massive chunk of his army to the Seeker missiles. But then we have Zerg moving in on the side yet again. Auto turrets fighting against the swarm, but there just may not be enough auto turrets here. Auto turrets going down. Planetary fortress not yet morphed, and the 4th base is going to go down for the 3rd time. 3rd time or 4th time? It's been denied for me 3 times. At this point, I'm just pretty aggravated. Thankfully, Tianzi's Zerg force able to fight off the Terran force over here, moving in to try to scare the Zerg back. And we do have the small army of Spec sieging up and moving into SKP's base, fighting the 2 Void Rays, fighting a good fight. But we have a little bit of Zerg brawl going on over here. Going to be coming in, throwing off a couple more Seeker missiles. Going to be trying to soften up that Zerg army. One of the Seeker missiles going down, but the other one's getting out of the way just in time. This has been a bad day for Seeker missiles. Have not met any good connects, unfortunately. Trying to throw down auto turrets with the Raven energy is getting pretty close to dry. A couple Hellbats out in time to buffer and give the Hydralisk some time to dish out their DPS, and Tianzi is fed up. He is saying, why Raven, man? Why Raven? Oh. But the Hydras are going to hold us off. Corruptors trying to chase down the Ravens. PDD there to try to help, and some auto turret trying to focus out the Raven. Meanwhile, we do have Spec here taking his base, but one Hydralisk is going to town on that command center. But the command center will finish. Should have been going for the worker. Probably not paying much attention. That drone is still harassing my 4th base, and I have not dealt with it yet. A couple more Seeker missiles going down. Trying to split his stuff up, but not doing a good job. And Seeker missiles are amazing against Marines, destroying the whole batch, throwing out some auto turrets, and managing to hold and sending them off with a couple Seeker missiles to go. But meanwhile, this game has not looked too good for me. Do get a couple nice little Seeker missiles off and have a couple of Ravens, but really don't have the economy to be supporting this because I haven't got that 4th base left. Meanwhile, Spec over here, the Zerg army coming in as he's pushing the Protoss, and the Widow Mine shots going off. There's an Overseer here, but he's getting some good shots in. Looks like he got some pretty good kill. Actually, I'm going to rewind that real quick. Just a little bit. So we can see what happened. Okay, so Zerg was coming to help out the Protoss players. The SKP doesn't look too good, and he has a pretty big Zerg force right now. The Widow Mine shots actually going to town on those roaches. Going shot, and actually, Line Guy lost quite a bit of units trying to deal with these Widow Mines. He only had 2 roaches and 3 Hydras left over. I mean, going for these 2, oh man, Line Guy. Wasn't really too good, but shredded SC, me moving out. I'm fed up. Tianzi is fed up with me. Say, Blue, can you change unit? Because these Ravens aren't cutting it, so I decide I'm just going to be annoying and throw down auto turrets because these seeker missiles haven't been doing too much justice. Spec taking another base, hasn't saturated yet, but it does have a planetary fortress on it. Trying to get these gases running, trying to throw another base, and an auto turret coming down to finally deal with that pesky 4-kill drone. He has been harassing our Empire all game. Tianzi making more Zerg things, trying to take his third base, hasn't been able to secure one this entire game, but has been holding up pretty well, I must say. Been picking up my slack because I really have just been trolling the Ravens with the +2 armor, saving up some energy. Zerg does come in and clean out these auto turrets, but they did do a pretty significant amount of damage. These are not just auto turrets, these are auto turrets with +2 building armor and +1 range. These are super turrets, guys. Super turrets. Do you have Spec holding down the side? It's kind of funny watching Spec play because SKP, I'm sorry guy, you should have died 10 years ago. You're not that good. We even have GG taking the gold base of SKP because SKP ain't going to take it and they need some econ right now. And they still have pretty sizable force going on. Dropping a couple more auto turrets down, being very annoying. Zerg army is out of position. Zerg army on the other side of the map. Gonna have to come back and deal with these. These two turrets will deny the mining. Turrets have pretty good DPS. I think they shoot almost as quick as Marines do, with pretty solid range. And the Zerg does come back to dish out, deal with those auto turrets. A couple Void Rays here, throwing down 2 Seeker missiles, and they are going to go off. Boom! Destroyed. Yellow being annoying, moving in again. Going to deny my 4th base for the 10th billion time, destroying my 3rd base in the process. I don't even think I get a cancel on that command center. And at this point, I am just fed up. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go send turrets everywhere. Putting turrets at the 3rd base, putting turrets at the 2nd base, and even going to put some auto turrets in the main box. Being with a huge army here, moving in. A couple Hellbats at the front, but Tianzi's gonna have to move his whole Zerg ball back forward because there's a ginormous army of Zerg and Terran units down here. Marine, Marauder, Roach, Medevac, Hydra taking out Tianzi's 3rd base again. Auto turrets going to the main base and the gold base over here, trying to shut things down. Spec's army going here, sieging up the other gold base, the blind guy, but they do have a pretty massive force today. Tianzi seeing at least some tanks, but I refuse. I am a stubborn teammate. Going to throw down a point defense drone to try to keep these Hydras a little defense against the other Hydras, against the Marauders too. Throwing down a couple Seeker missiles on the bio guy. You get a good chunk of Marines there. The GT doesn't like her as well as a Zerg teammate, but there's just a little bit too much. Thankfully, they're taking their time moving in. Lion guy actually moving here to the side, thinking about going for the Spec Terran maybe? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, these auto turrets are going to town, already shutting down 2nd and 3rd base. 3rd base actually going down. There is no mining going on for Lion Guy. Purple base shut down, and the tech for him is going to go down as well. Zerg army does go over here and snipe out our Zerg's 3rd base yet again, and the purple Terran is moving in, going for broke. But there are a couple Hydras back at home to try to hold this off just a little bit, keeping them all at back. Purple not doing a good job losing his troops because they're not all sticking together. Going in one by one to their death to the Hydra list, unfortunately. Starport's going to start going down now. Being cute, chasing down the command center with auto turrets. And blind guy Tianzi getting some Vipers out, going to try to pull the tanks back or get them good blinding clouds, but looks like we are actually losing a good amount of stuff. The only one in this game is Spec, who's got a decent army. Even throwing out auto turrets here just to make sure he doesn't get any mining going on at this gold base, being very annoying. Zerg? Where did the big Zerg army go? Is this all that's left? How did he lose it? Maybe he must have got a fight with the mech over here. Purple moving in. Nothing left at home. It's a base race right now. Little bits of micro here. This command center is going to explode. Raven's coming back home for the defense. Spec finally moving in to kill SKP. You should have died a long time ago. And dropping some scans to see there are some ghosts here, so we do have to watch out for EMPs because losing it once could be fatal. But we are going in. Everything is clumping up as soon as he's trying to go up the ramp. Going to drop down a ton of Seeker missiles, and he does not micro. He's not microing, and everything is going to die! Oh my gosh. Only one Ghost and one Marauder left. Finally. getting the secret missile play. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, gentlemen. Dropping out auto turrets just to finish off the rest, and they have left the game. Oh, GG, everybody. GG. So, all in all, pretty scrappy game. Definitely not the best or highest level, but amusing. It is amusing. I have to watch that one more time. Put it on normal speed. Oh, secret missiles. I wonder, let's look at his camera view. He's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, the carnage. Anyways, that's it for this game. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.